This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, hello, of you. Good morning. So today's session we have to discuss about the concept called objects in JavaScript. Okay, let's go for the concept objects in JavaScript. Ultimate and very important concept. And for entire, I think I don't know what are you going to learn tomorrow, but this is one concept where it is going to be very important for everyone. Okay, that we have to learn about it. Okay, right. So first of all, I want to know what is an object. What is an object? What an object can contain? How an object will look like? So first, let us come here. Normally, if we can take a general meaning of object in the sense, what is general meaning of object? Telugu Hindi meaning. I want to know this. What is the meaning of it? What is the meaning of an object? Any guesses? What is the meaning of an object? I want to know. Any idea? నార్మల్లీ అండి తెలుగులో చెప్పాలంటే ఒక వస్తువు అంటాం కదా. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, మొబైల్ ఈజ్ అన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్, ల్యాప్టాప్ ఈజ్ అన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్, యు ఆర్ యూజింగ్ ఎ పెన్ ఈజ్ అన్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్, book is an object, everything is an object. As a human being, I am an object. The programmatically, if I can say, everything is an object. But a object is a collection of things, we can say. For example, if you can see a pen, is an object. A pen, there is a cap, there is a dome, and there is a something called refill, and there is something called back screw. Something will be there, no? Right? By combining all these, we'll call objects. For example, if you can say car is an object, car in the sense not only car engine, right? Color of the car and wheels of the car, huh? And height of the car, weight of the car. What are all these? And by combining all these things only you are calling car, no? I mean, what I want to say, an object is a programmatically, if you can see, an object is a collection of properties and methods are nothing but functions, and methods are nothing but functions. This is what exactly an object, and object means this is going to be right. Remember, most of the cases in JavaScript, and everything will be treated as an object only, right? Everything can be treated as an object only, right? So there are a lot of built-in objects are there, and we can get our own objects also, right? Okay, what is an object? Object is a collection of properties and methods, right? This is going to be what exactly an object is, and there are a lot of definitions are there for object. And normally, if we can ask something in Google also, if we can see what is an object in JavaScript, if we can go for, you see, different people will give different definition. And you see, an object is a collection of properties, and a property is an association between the name and value, and a property value can be a function or it may be anything that we will write it, don't worry. An object is a collection of properties and methods. The same point I written here, this is generative AI is generating something to us, right? Properties are the association between the name and value with an object. Methods are nothing but functions. Methods are nothing but functions. I mean, so this is an definition of an object, we can say. Syntax of creating an object. Let us see how I can create the syntax. The syntax of the object will be look like this. Try to see. Take a variable, some variable, take any variable a, b, c, d, something, whatever the variable you want, you can take it, no problem. Or I want to take, this is going to be object, some variable called object, or something called obj. Take any variable, right? Object is a combination of key and value pair combination also, we can say. Remember carefully, this is going to be key colon value, I can say, right? Key colon value comma, remember carefully, see the syntax carefully. Key 1, value 1, this is going to be value 1, and comma, this is going to be key 2 and value 2, this is going to be value 2. So otherwise, some people in place of the keys they will write property and pro property name, okay na? Property name value, this is going to be property name value. The keys are properties, whatever it may be, you can take it anything. See, property name colon value, property name colon value, property name colon value. Okay, na? Very important. Property name colon value. Okay, the name one, name two, like this also we can write. Of course, we can write some methods also. Remember, you are writing something called value now. The value may be a method, the value may be a string, the value may be a number or anything. I will tell you by giving some examples, you will get more clarity. Okay, this is the syntax of an object, right? I mean, how to say this is going to be, you see, I'm writing an object const car is equal to, this is going to be empty object. Right now there is nothing. So inside the car, I'm writing a property called engine equal to, what is the engine? I'm writing this is going to be something, value with a value, PETROL, petrol engine something. And wheels, I'm writing 4. Color, this is going to be something called red. Can you see guys here how I'm writing mapping? So an object is look like a key and a value pair combination. This is a key and a value which are separated by colon symbol, right? And this is separated by comma. Every pair, this is one pair. Key equal to value is called what? Generally called one pair. This is going to be generally key colon value. Generally call it as a pair, na? One pair. Every pair separated by comma. Every pair separated by comma. This is a pair 1 comma, pair 2 comma, pair 3 comma. Like this we can write lot of fun. Like this, let us create one more user. Const user is equal to, I am writing the user. So this is going to be user name is going to be from either single quote, double quote, anyone you can take. City is going to be HYDERABAD Hyderabad, and this is going to be email something, some dummy mail I'm taking. Okay, so this is going to be some at the rate some mail.com, something like this. Like this, you can write n number of pairs in an object. Normally, what is an object? Ante, an object is also used for saving data. Why variable? Variable also used to save some data. An object also used to save some data. But how object is saving data? In the form of key value pair combination. Key value pair combination. For example, I want to access only, see, normally one more thing you tell me please. If this is a variable where x is equal to 100 I written, how many values I can save in this variable? Only one value you can save. One value or multiple value? Only one value. But you see, user is a variable. In this I can save multiple properties. So like this one and this one, three properties are there with three different values. So same like why variables for reusability, same objects also for reusability. Object we can save more amount of data. Okay? In one variable we can save one value, but in one object we can save multiple values. You understand the purpose of an object, right? Object also nothing but variable. But what is the difference of a normal variable and an object? And an object can hold multiple values, right? But whereas a variable can hold only single value. But here it is object is having multiple values, pair 1, pair 2, pair 3, like this. This is what an object. And there are a lot of, remember carefully, or note point also will write note, small note. If you can see in JavaScript is an object based programming language. Object based programming, 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 LANGUAGE, right? In JavaScript, we can create our own object, as well as JavaScript already created some object, predefined object, right? Let us write one more note. JavaScript contains a lot of predefined objects. JavaScript contains, contains a lot of predefined objects. Built-in objects are there in JavaScript, and a lot of predefined objects are built-in objects available. We can say predefined objects are built-in objects are available in JavaScript. There are a lot many things, and built-in objects and predefined things are available in JavaScript. Exactly. JavaScript contains lot of predefined objects, as well as we can create our own objects also. That's what we have to remember. as well as we can also create our own objects. Yeah, yeah, that's what the objects concept we are discussing now. So by default, see, yesterday we many daily we are writing na console.log, we are writing daily. Document, right, we are writing somewhere, right? Already we documented get element by id we are writing now. Remember, console is built-in object, document is built-in object. Yes, document is built-in object. And what is this log, and what is this write? Write is a method which is the part of document object. Log is a method which is the part of console object, right? There are a lot of predefined objects. There are a lot of predefined objects are there, as well as we can create our own objects also. Our objects we can create this way, right? Inside an object we can define a method also. We can define some methods also. I will tell you, don't get confused here, how to define the methods also inside the object. This is a way of creating an object, right? So once an object is created, okay, let me save this file. Go to JavaScript notes. Let me save. This is going to be objects. Concept is highly important. Don't neglect the concept, right? So now, once an object is created, how can we access the object values? How can we access the object values? Object values are properties. Object values, we can say, by calling the property. How to call the properties of an object, that we will see now. Okay, first of all, let me create one small html file, and let me write something doc.html. This is going to be head open, sorry, open html close. Let me save this file. Objects.html is a file. Objects.html is a file. This is going to be title. JavaScript objects. Let's go for h body open, body close. Objects. Okay. Yeah. Let us write the script open close. Inside, let me define an object. Yeah. Then. So right now, do we have anything to see? Only the title only. Let us run the file. Yeah. We will see the following code. Let us press F12 also. I want to print something in the console. I want to show you. Okay. Right. Try to see. Let us create an object. Const user. Either const or let, you can take anything, guys, here, no problem. Remember, curly bracket is what generally called block of code. But when you're assigning to a variable here, that is going to be generally in JavaScript, objects are represented by using curly bracket, especially in JavaScript. Okay, na? Right. Inside the object, we can define something called key value pair combination. This is going to be what? Username. This is going to be some name, either single quote or double quote. And this is going to be city. Yeah, Hyderabad. I'm taking mobile. Mobile is a number, na. For number, double quotes are not required. Simply you can write like this. If it is a number, yeah. Objects we can write like this also, and we can split like one by one also. We can write, no problem. Like this also we can write. It's not a big deal. Yeah, we can write objects like this also. For more readability purpose, you can write like this also objects. So property one, I mean pair one, pair two, pair three. Last one there is no value, but definitely Andy, everything should end with semicolon. Last one, not semicolon, colon, comma. For the last one, comma is optional. Last property, right? But if you want to take one more, then definitely you have to take the comma. Email. Now you see, ram@mail.com. I'm not taking comma. Why? Because I have only 4 properties. For the last property, we don't want need comma, right? We don't need comma. But sir, I won't take something one more until then comma, then take come here and make equal to something called 10. Numbers are not required. And status true, something I want to write, so boolean values, and only strings, and remember carefully, only strings are required. Object, right? See, this is an object, this is an object. So now one thing, before doing this, always go and console and print that object. What is object called? User. Very important thing, observation. And this is the way of creating an object. Once an object is created, let me print it and let me see. The observation is very important, guys. guys. Okay, let us refresh the page now. If we can refresh the page now, can we see what are you getting? It is printing the whole object. You see, sir, can you observe? Actually, I taken values in double quote. Can you see here? They're all coming in single quote. I mean, okay, that is the default nature of JavaScript. Don't worry about it. Either you can take single quote or double quote, no problem, right? But if you can expand now, you see again. If you can expand again, values are in double quote, na? Okay, no worries. That is the behavior of JavaScript, right? You see, in city, email, ID, mobile, username, they're all coming in an alphabetical order here. When you're expanding, it's not a problem. But all the property and the values are there in that object or not, you check it. Now everything was there. Sir, what is object main purpose? In an object, we can save multiple values, multiple properties we can save in the form of properties. How can we access the specific value? For example, if we have a normal variable, let x is equal to 100, how do we print the value? Simply write x now. Now you will get the value 100 directly. We are getting, yeah, we are getting. Sir, I want to access the city. I want to access the email ID. How do I access the email ID? How do I access the city? Yeah, how do I do this? Right, see this carefully. Object properties. How to access the object property? And remember, object dot property name. This is the way you have to write it. And what is our object dot property name? Dot is the notation. See how we are using the method, right? Dot na. So object dot property name or object dot method name. I don't know. That is going to be contain something called method name. If you have any method in the object, method always should have parentheses. If it is a property, no parentheses. If there is a end parentheses, there is going to be something. This is not only the way we can access this way also, and we have another way of accessing also. Obj square bracket indefinite property name. This is also way we will write it. Yeah, either that way, either this way. We can use square bracket syntax. Otherwise, we can use this syntax also. Which one you are flexible, you can use the syntax, no problem, right? Both the syntaxes are valid syntaxes only. Okay now, right? So you use any one of the syntax, guys. It's not a big deal, right? Just go for it. Okay now, right? Yeah. Now what I want to do, sir. So now if we can, okay, first let us come here now. Come to the file. I want write console.log. What is the property? Object user. Because of writing user, you are getting all the information. But in the user, sir, I don't want all the information, sir. I want mobile number only. Then what you will do? User dot mobile. This is a way of accessing the data of an object. Dot notation. If you can run the file, you're getting mobile number only now. Sir, I want access this in a different way. In the sense, different way in the sense, nothing. You have to take the square bracket. In the square bracket, double quote or single quote. Definitely, you have to keep the property name. So this is a property name. Either that way, either this way. You are getting the number now. Any one of the way we can take it. Any one of the way you can take here, guys. Okay, this is the way of creating an object. What is the main purpose of an object? And an object can save multiple values, whereas a variable can save, right? So by using an object we save we can save multiple values, but in a variable we can save, whereas in a variable whereas one variable can save one value. Better to write a point like this only. Whereas one variable can save one value. Okay. What this is, and generally we have something and primitive data types, complex data types, something primitive data types. All primitive data types can save only one value. Okay. Normal variables can save, but object is also a variable look like, but it can save multiple values. Okay, right? The main purpose of object, and we can, whereas we can save multiple amount of data in the form of key and value pair combination, right? So this is the place where I have this, right? The way of accessing the object properties and something. Okay, na? Right? So what is an object again? Object is a collection of properties and methods. But do you have any methods here in the object? No, we don't have any methods. We have only properties. Actually, my definition, what I told you, an object is a collection of properties and methods. I told you now, collection of properties and methods. So, ORR go right, ORR. Actually, what I want to say, the object may contain only properties, the object contain only methods, or object may contain both. Anyone, Okay, we can create an object with both, or we can create an object with only properties, only methods also we can do, right? So this is what the thing. Let me show you an object with only methods also, right? Let us see, or an object with both also we can see, right? This is very important scenario. Now we created an object with only properties. Let me create an object with only methods. After that, let me mix them. Let us see. Const user same object. So how do I define the method? Normally, if it is a property, we are writing like this: username. This is going to be wrong. This is what property. But what I told you, object may contain not only properties, it may contain methods also, na? Right? How do I define the method? Let me define one method. Welcome is a method. Colon. Right? Any name. So here the property name could be anything, na? So this is going to be, try to see. We can write a function like this: fun given function. Way of creating the property one. Okay, it's look like this, and remember carefully. And if see, very important thing, observation important thing, this is the value, but in place of the string, what are you doing? You are assigning a function, comma. Second function, I'm writing second function called a greeting is the second function. This is function like this. Second function completed. So I'm writing something called logout. This is a function. Yeah. See how we will define the function this way. But inside every function, we can write some logic also. So write some logic, return the something, return welcome, welcome to Ram, something like this. We will write it. Right. Here I am writing welcome to Ram. So here let us return always what I told you. Functions will return something now. Okay, we will write some logics also, but don't worry. Right now I don't have any logic. Just I'm writing the plain string only. So greetings from JS, and this is going to be a return logged out. It's going to be logged out successfully something will write. This is a what object with the methods only. Then how do I call these properties? We see how do I call the methods? Obviously, user dot method name. What is the method name called? Welcome. Very important thing. Welcome. Sorry, welcome, and followed by parenthesis. Very important. So, and what is the next one? User dot greeting. Yeah, greeting is a method. And user dot logout. All of you see this carefully. Logout. Let me run this file. Will you get any output? No. Why? Because you call the method, but you didn't print it, na? So print this either in screen or console, right? Console directly. I'm printing this because it is not printing. Remember, the method is not printing; it's just returning. When you are calling, it will get the value, that value, and now I am consoling. Now you see now the value welcome to ROM. And of course this also you are going to make it console.log, console.log. This is going to be right. Of course the same thing I am writing console.log. Of course you see this will be like this. Now you refresh, now you will see all the three methods are calling, right? Okay sir, now it is a object with the methods only. Here object with the properties only. Sir, can I create both? And a object is a combination of properties and methods now. Can we create? 100% we can create. Let me show you all this way. I mean the second approach is going to be what? Object contains both. Now let's see. Const user, or take anything, not only user. Every time I'm taking user, but you take any one of your choice completely. Write some properties. Name, first name. I'm writing this is going to be wrong. Let us take the property last name. I'm writing something called like this. ID, then I'm writing city, Hyderabad. What are all these properties? Properties. Can I take a method? Yeah, we can take a method. I'm writing full name is a method. Guys, observe this carefully. Function na, this is a function. Okay na? All of you watch it carefully. Generally, this is called function expression. It's a function expression. Okay, wait for a second. Get full name. Let us write a function called welcome function. This is a function you're writing, welcome function. Let us write logout function. Right. So like this, we can define all the functions. Sir, is there any difference? Okay, I mean, some people may ask us, sir, After defining the properties, then only I have to define the methods, sir. Sir, can I define the properties last, methods first? Is it okay, sir? 100% okay, man. No problem. Whatever the order you want to shuffle it, sir. I want to take this welcome function in the mid of the properties. Can I take like this? 100% you can take wherever you want. You can take. They are all inside an object only now, right? We can take no problem. But mostly for our readability purpose, what we will do, we will write all the properties top or bottom, whatever your flexibility completely. So I'm flexible with it because I will take my all my properties on top and my methods on the bottom. I will take like this. This is my flexibility. Okay, now it's not a big deal. Okay, let us write this. So now all of you see this carefully. Written. Okay, we have written the name. So here, this is a very important thing. Written. What's the method we are having? Welcome. Yes. Okay. Just write. Sorry. This is missing. We add the thing. This is going to be written logged out. Logged out handwriting. Or it out. Okay. Right. Simply. So this is all the thing. Now how to call a property? Right. Try to see console.log of user.city. This is the way of calling the property. Now you see only city you are getting the city. If you want to call the method, what is the method I am having? The welcome method. See the way of calling parenthesis should be there because it's a function which is in the object, right? So we will call like this. Now see welcome is all calling now. It's very important thing. Return FIRST first name. I'm concatenating some space with the last name. Will you get the output? Let us call the full name method. Maybe will you get output? I'm getting full name function. I'm calling the full name function. Can we get the output? Yeah, I'm refreshing the page. You are not getting. Why are you not getting? First name is not defined. I defined already. Where this first name is there? First name is there already in the object. Remember, the property and the method both are in the same object. They are not out of. So, but what is the error is saying that? It is saying that first name is not defined. Why first name is not defined? It's defined. But the context is what you know. How can we access the property inside an object function? So this is the property, this is a function. We are trying to access directly, but it is not allowing us. It is not possible to access it directly. My question, how can we access the properties of an object into a method? By using anybody? Question. Let us write the question. How can we access the properties of an hmm, how can we access the properties of an object into a object method? An object method. Yeah, how do access Andy? Answer. What is the answer? By using anybody? This keyword. Yes, we can say this keyword. We can say this keyword. And one more thing, we can use object name also. Or one more answer. Two answers are there. By using, say what? By using object name also. By using object name also. Let me show you the both the ways. Here, go to the file. So you write this dot, and this dot. You see. Are you getting the output in the console? Yeah, Rambapuri. You're getting the value now. You're getting the value. So this means current object. In this yesterday we seen in the function events. What is the meaning of this there? Ante current element. What is an element in JavaScript? Object na. See, in HTML we'll call all elements, but in JavaScript every element is called what? Object. There is a current element. Here in this context, this means current object. What is the current object? User. Either this way you can do, otherwise you can do the name of the object. What is the object name? User dot. This is the user na. User dot last name, user dot first name. Also we can write anyone, you can use it, but remember this is also valid. Okay, now this is also valid. But a very important thing, guys, here. This is important. You need to check it. What these are, guys, here? These are all functions. Remember, still we can write the functions in very short. Can you observe this carefully? All of you see this carefully. Very important. Watch it carefully. This is the function. Can anybody tell me? I am removing this function keyword. I'm writing like this. What is the meaning of it? Can you write like this, sir? 100% we can write like this also. What is the meaning of it? And this is called an arrow function. Either you can write like this, either you can write like this also, no problem. But inside the arrow function, we cannot access this keyword. Very, very important. We have to use object. For example, if this is also arrow function, yes guys, we can create function like this also. This is arrow function now. Yes, we can do like this also. Mostly in real time you will see this type of way of creating functions only. Just I'm writing the function keyword for your understanding purpose only, but generally in the real time you will never see this function keyword. They will always write the thing like this. This is what called arrow function. Yes, we can write like this also. This is also valid. Now still it is getting the output. You see, this is coming from welcome function, this is coming from full name. And you see inside, can we use this keyword? No, this keyword cannot be available inside this function only. This is undefined. This keyword cannot available in the arrow function, so you have to be access here only. Okay now, right? Remember carefully, this is very, very important thing. We can create object functions like this also. This is also a valid way of creating functions in an object. See, earlier I created all the functions with function keyword. This is the name of the function, this is the function. When I'm calling this and automatically this function will be executed. The user dot welcome call, then automatically this logic will executed, right? So we can do the functions like this also. Can you check this, the way of creating function? And very important thing, these are all what properties of a object. How do we access the properties of an object into another function? That's very important thing, check it carefully. How do we access it? This is a way of accessing the properties into a method. One note point, in an arrow function we cannot use this keyword. Note, in an arrow function we cannot access this keyword. It's not possible. Okay, right? Keep the point in mind. So okay, this is a way of creating an object. And how do we access the object properties? Yeah, this is a way of accessing the object properties. We're able to do this also, Andy, right? Okay. Remember, I hope you are clear. I mean, what is an object? In a sense, object is a properties and methods. Sometimes in the real time you will see only properties. We will rarely see the methods only, but most of the React and Node applications, so both we can see. Now you observe this carefully. I won't show you just now one code I written here. Observe this carefully. And what is the way of creating functions here? You see, this is an object. Inside the object, what I'm having, property value, initial state, property, reducers. This is, you see, what is the thing I'm using here? Arrow function, huh? I'm using arrow function. You observe this carefully. Maybe if you can go for some other, definitely everywhere we will use arrow functions only. This is an object. Inside an object, we are using arrow function. Very important thing. Your observation is very, very important. That is React. What is the thing they used here? Here they are using this type of syntax only. They are using in the React. Most of the contexts. Okay, you have to understand, okay? All the possibilities you have to understand. Some people are there, they will create like this also. We have to understand, either this way you can create, either this way you can create. Both are same, you have to understand. That is also a way of creating function. That's why in the starting of the functions I told you, I discussed with you three different way of creating functions, right? Right, this is what name of the function, and this is what the function body. When I'm calling this user.logout, automatically this body will be executed, right? Ultimate goal of the functions are what? Reusability, right? We can reuse the objects, we can reuse the functions. Anyone you want, you can reuse it. Okay, right? This is a way of creating an object and way of defining properties and methods inside an object. Okay, right. It's not completed yet. We have a lot of things to explore on objects. Let's come down. We will go for another scenario here. Okay. Guys, Here we are creating object like this, right? Const is equal to, we are creating an object like this. Inside we are writing properties. Yes, sir? Do we have any data in the object right now? So if I can log this console.log of user, will you got any output here? I think no output because object is empty now. Object is empty. It's empty. There is no data in the object. You see, object is empty. Right? We don't have any data in the object. Generally, how we are filling data in the object ante by keeping username equal to something and email equal to something. This is the way we are doing. So right now there are empty values, two empty values are given. And if you can refresh, yeah, you see username empty, email empty. This is how we are getting the data. Actually, I don't want to take anything in the object. Right now, object is empty. Sometimes we will take empty object. Sir, in that object, I want to push some data. How I can push some data into the object? And you can do this in two ways. And let me show you the two ways. So user dot first name first name. So first of all, in the user object, do we have the property first name? No, actually we don't have first name, but I am writing user dot first name. But if I can write this, what is the output you will get it? What is the output you will get? Definitely you will get something called undefined because it is not there now. It is not there, that's why you will get something called undefined. This is going to be something called undefined because it is not there. So then sometimes they will write question mark dot also. Now if you can refresh the thing, now you see still you are getting undefined. No problem. It's not a big deal. Okay, right. So it will stop the execution there. So I will tell you about this dot operator, question mark dot after some time. Right now we see last name. Now you are getting anything? Right now nothing. Sir, I want to write this user dot firstname equal to ram. What I'm doing here? I'm assigning. I'm assigning. Actually, there is no first name property. There is no first name property in the object, but I am taking my property my own. I'm taking either this way you can do, either square bracket also you can do, and either this way also we can do. Either last name is equal to, you can do this by using. Like this. Yes, we can do this way also. Okay, na? Right. So user dot email is equal to, I am taking rom and there is a mail, right? Or you can do this by using square bracket. I'm assigning. Now tell me, if I can print this user object, what is the output? First of all, let me remove this. What is the output of the user object? Empty. We don't have anything in the user object. Now you see, because of writing this, and if you can check this now, you see object contain three properties now. This is what happening. Initially, object is what? Empty. We don't have any data in the object. We don't have any data in the object. But because of writing, we are assigning. Hey, this is our own property. Actually, we don't have any built-in properties in the object right now. Any properties there in the object? Object is empty now. So we can take our own, not only first name, you can take ABCD. I'm taking the property name called ABCD. Anyone you can take. Now you see ABCD is equal to something is there. Object is there, right? Like this. But meaningful keys we will take always, not like this ABCD, right? We can get the data. Right, this is also the way of creating an object with the empty. After creating empty object, how to push data into the empty object? This is a way of pushing data into the empty object. Yes, we can do like this. Okay, right. Let me show you one more way of creating an object. This is not only the way of creating object, we can create object in another way also, but mostly we will never use this. Let me show you. Const obj or user is equal to new object. This is a predefined, and this is also way of creating object. We can do like this also. Same thing, const obj. Right, anyone okay. Either this way you can create, either this way you can create. Right now this object is empty. We don't have any data in the object. And how do I push the data in the object? And the same way like this. Obj dot first name is also work the same thing. And see, either square bracket also we can take, no problem. Something. So it's a number, na. Number is not required to be in quotes. Just write like this also. Even if you can write in quotes, no problem. Okay, right. This is going to be city equal to something HYD. Can we write this in square bracket? Let me write this in square bracket. I won't write this in a square bracket, either double quote or single quote. Yep. Yeah, I written like this. Let us log this console.log of obj. Console.log of obj. Yeah, if we can refresh the page now, can you see? Same data printed again now? Right. I mean, there are different way of creating objects, Andy. Right. This is one way of creating object. See, the same object I'm creating like this also. Const obj equal to this. Generally, we will never use this syntax in the real time, and we always will use this syntax for creating objects because it will take more memory. That's the reason. And if you can refresh it, now you see this is going to be the same output. We don't have any problem here in this output now, right? Generally, this is going to be what I want to say speed. And if you are declaring the properties like this and the objects like this, and what they will say, and it will slow down the performance, and generally we don't want to use it. For simplicity and make it very fast, we will use always this only. Anyone you can use, no problem, but officially recommending what, this is the way of recommending. This is simple literal syntax. Yes, we will go with the object literal only. Okay, na? Right. So this is what exactly the way of creating objects, and we are creating objects. And one more thing want to tell you, it's not completed, and a lot of things are there in the objects. Right, this is a way. Right. Okay, finally for the day, let me take one scenario. Initially they will ask the question, how can we copy two or more objects? How can we copy or more objects? Now, how do we do two or more objects? Let us see. Right. So for example, let me take an object const user equal to, watch this carefully, very important scenario in the real time. Without this scenario, there is no real time. Without this scenario, there is no real time. We are going to use one operator. Let me show you the operator. So this is the object one. Okay, so this is going to be username, be ram. This is going to be mail.com. It's going to be something called city. It's going to be something called right like this. Hyderabad. Okay, now? Right. So const address equal to, I'm writing an object area to something, I'm writing PHP, and I'm writing 5 lakhs 72. And the state is going to be, I'm writing something called GA and Telegram. Something. What is my agenda? Sir, I want to combine this object and this object into one object. How do I combine that object and this object into one object? And everything should look like one object. I mean, what is the output I'm expecting? And this is output, and all data, some variable. Okay, you take some variable, all data is equal to, I'm expecting the output like this exactly. Okay, these three properties, right, in the same object. These are also in the same object. This is what I'm expecting here. Okay, this is what I'm expecting in the thing. Okay, everything should be in one object. How do we copy that object information, this object information? I want to copy like this, and how I can do this? This is our agenda. Okay, it should be like this only. If I print, it should be like this. So how do I do? How can we combine two, or not only two or more objects, and two or more? My question is what? How to merge two or more objects? See, two or more objects. It's not only copying two or more. I want to copy this. How do I do this? Yeah, you see, programmatically we have to do. We cannot write directly like this now. Programmatically, all data. Take one variable. All of this carefully. Const all data is equal to, this is what, an object. All data is an object. If you can write user comma address object, then what is going to be happen? Will I copy? Let us see. Console.log of all data. By writing this, what is happening? So you are going to get the data like this. User object we are getting, address object. No, this is not I'm expecting. I want to see the properties of user, properties of address, but I don't want to see user here. I don't want to see address here. What is I'm expecting here? This is the way I'm expecting. All of you see this carefully. Sir, how can we copy properties of this, and how can we copy the properties of this. And remember carefully guys, watch it carefully, the operator I'm writing here. Before the first object you write three dots. How many dots? Three dots, comma, second object three dots. What is the meaning of it? It will copy, it will extract or copy all the fields of the user object, comma, all the fields of address object. See the difference now? Now you see, previously this is output. After adding three dots, now you see all the things are copied into one object. Now this is all the things are copied into one object. Previously it was not like this. Can you see? It is not like this. Observation is very important. Now you see they're all coming. User is a separate object. Address is separate object. Inside objects we are getting. I don't want objects inside objects. I want to see the properties of object 1 and properties of object 2 into the single object. This is what I'm expecting. But because of writing this, what is happening? Both the objects are coming into an object again. No, we don't want. So I want to do like this. Generally, what is this operator called? Very important. Answer by using spread operator. Answer by using spread, spread operator, and this is operator called spread operator. Means what? Three dots generally. Spread operator we will call. What it is called? Spread operator. Yes, this is called spread operator. Or sometimes they will use this is copy operator also. Sometimes they will use this as rest operator also. But right now you remember this word as rest of spread operator or copy operator. Actually I will use the word copy operator. Okay, you call it spread operator, no problem, no need to. But remember the point, I want to copy object 1 values, object 1 properties, object 2 properties into single object by using spread operator. We are spreading the object values, object 2 values into a single object. See the difference. Observation is very important. When you guys are practicing, do this, definitely you will get more idea. But if you're not practicing, and if you're not getting, I'm telling you, objects are very very important. Without objects you cannot do anything, right? You should must and shouldly know about the objects. It's very important thing about the objects. Again, there are a lot of things are there in objects, lot of properties, lot of things are there, and we have to know about iterations, how do we iterate the data, all we have to learn about them also. Okay, right. So try to see guys here how they are all going to be work here. Right. Any other? So this is the objects, it's not completed, and tomorrow also we'll continue with some more, but better to spreading completed. What else I have to discuss here? I think if I can move with looping statements and conditional statements, is it fine? After that I have to go for arrays. Before that, okay, let me do one thing, and tomorrow we will see some built-in objects as well. Okay, now let me discuss about some. Let me finish the objects. Are any pending things are there? After this is completed, we will discuss some built-in objects also. Okay, after that we will go for conditional and looping statements. Okay, tomorrow we will be in classroom. Okay, right. So both classroom as well as online. Yeah, I'm stopping the session. If you have any questions, let me know in the object. But practice is very important. Again, I'm asking you, don't neglect this practice and come to the next session. I will be in the classroom. You can ask your any doubts if you want. But a lot of knowledge is required in objects, guys. Don't neglect the concept of objects, so functions, so arrays. I told you already, they are very, very important. Are you done? Yeah. I have one question. Anybody tell me? So I am able to copy data like this now, right? Okay. Now I'm taking. So can you see the output here? After that, output is going to be what? Okay. I have one doubt actually. What I want to do. Let me copy this and let me log this also. What is the city right now? City is going to be Hyderabad. Okay, now city is going to be Hyderabad. Go to the browser, and if you can refresh, all the data will be like this. City is going to be Hyderabad. Tell me one thing. Sometimes this object also contain the key city. City equal to something called Secunderabad. Yes. So tell me please, anybody, will you get two cities or will you get one city now? That I want to know first. In one object, can I keep two properties, same name? What will be happen? Okay, for example, I'm taking username. Again, I'm writing username colon. I'm writing Ravi. Is it possible? Okay, can I take two properties, property name same, values are different? Is it possible or not? You tell me tomorrow. Please tell me the same thing tomorrow. And if you can merge these two, what is the output also? You have to tell us tomorrow. Okay, na? So there is a property username two times. Already city is there. When I am merging, in this also city is there. So can I get two cities? Can I get two usernames in the merging? Or else in this simple one object, if we can take it, in one object, can I take a property with can I take two property? Sorry, can I take the same property with the two values? You tell me tomorrow. You do some R&D. You please tell me tomorrow. Otherwise, you let me know. I will help you there. Okay, right, fine.